And just like that, we are on to a new month. Sometimes at the end of a month, I feel rejuvenated, recharged, and ready to start fresh. But sometimes I just feel tired. Maybe last month was busy or really heavy, or it felt like I just couldn't catch a break. However you're feeling about June, I encourage you to pause, reflect, and consider how you want the next month to go. Maybe it looks like saying no more, or serving others more, or maybe just pushing yourself more. We're all different, we all have different goals, but similarly, I think we can all use a fresh new month. Welcome back to yet another monthly reset video. If you guys have been watching these, I started doing these a few months back after seeing my friend Carter share these. Essentially, she just gets her life together for the month ahead, whether that be organizing finances, organizing work goals, organizing your home, just kind of taking a moment to dream about the month ahead and see what you want to keep the same, what you want to change, recalibrate. And for me specifically, this month is a big month of recalibrating and just kind of changing my priorities and shifting things, because I'll talk about it more once I get into specific goals. But essentially my goals this month is to have less goals, because wanting to shift a lot of the way that I run things and just trying to change over the next course of the summer. And so I'm going to share more about that here later, but I hope you guys are having a great end of your May, start to your June. So crazy that it's yet again another month. I say that every month, but we're going to go through last month's goals and see how we did. And then I'm going to share my thoughts on work related things, finance related things, health related things, and personal related things. And then in between there, we just have some reset things that we're gonna do. We got a really funky lighting day too. The clouds are coming in and out, so I apologize. Please bear with me. I'll also have this top link down below because it's really cute. Also, my candles are fine up there. I know it looks like they're really close together and close to things, but they're not. I promise they're fine. Let's start off by going through last month's goals. The first thing I have for work, I had to stay on top of my sponsored content, which I would say I did pretty well. Continue posting more on Reels. This one I did, and I definitely noticed a lot of just success with it in terms of like growing my Instagram, and so that one was a yes. Focus on the task at hand, less distraction. Honestly, that did not happen. I felt extremely distracted last month, and that was one of the things that I want to talk about in this video. Create 2 evergreen YouTube videos. So that one I did. So I did a morning routine video, which those I always love doing. And then I also had a video that was a Colorado vlog that was more searchable. And so I would say those were 2 of my evergreen videos I did. For finances, I really just had to save for our car, and we have been doing that, but we might be shifting things. I'll talk about this here in a second once I get into finance related things, but I have some thoughts on that. For health, I said to get things checked in on, which I've done that. I got something checked on my back and it was totally fine, but it's always good to get like moles and things like that checked out. So that was something that I had. Continue going to F45 consistently. That definitely happened. And we've been going probably 4 times a week now, which I love. It feels really good doing that. I had to rest, which I would say I kind of did, but I definitely want to prioritize that more next month, so that one I'll put an X on. For personal, I had to enjoy trips. That one definitely happened. Figure out living situation. That one I'm pretty sure has happened. I'll talk about that too. Track my cycles consistently. That was done. And my sourdough journey. That was a big one last month. I made quite a few loaves of bread, and it's been really fun learning that. I'm about to make another one tonight, so that one was definitely a priority this month. I am now going to write out my goals for this following month. Just finished mapping out all my goals, and to start, I want to do a couple of work things. The first thing is actually just going through my calendar. I do this every month and just kind of organize my calendar, because I've been throwing stuff in there lately and not organizing it. Not crazy organized with my calendar. Not everything is perfectly color coded. I do try to keep things somewhat organized on there, so we're going to go through and do that. I'm also going to clean out my emails and just organize my flash drive. Those are a few things that I also like to do at the start of a month. So for this month's specific work goals, I'm gonna be totally honest, I have been feeling quite overwhelmed lately with work stuff specifically. And I know when you watch these videos, things seem very just like light and easy. And I always say this, but everything on here is very curated. It's meant to feel that way because I want people to feel that way when they watch my videos. But personally, my insides have not been feeling that way lately. There are a lot of just great things in my life lately, and I feel very blessed to have. I talk about this a lot in a podcast that I recently posted, but I feel like I was in a phase of life over the past year of saying yes to kind of like every single opportunity, because obviously that's such a blessing, almost being in a scarcity mindset. And that's not to say that I'm saying yes to things that I don't want to be saying yes to. The thing is, I want to say yes to everything because I absolutely love everything I'm doing, whether that be going on the trips, whether that be working with brands that I absolutely adore. But I'm just feeling very stretched thin, and personal things that make me feel complete as a person have been slipping. So things like reading my Bible every single morning, like enjoying time with Aiden when he comes home from work, ask him how his day was, and form memories. And I feel like I've just been going through the motions of life and kind of running on empty. And so there are some things that need to change, and that's why my work list is pretty short this month. And it's things like, for one, less scrolling. I've been scrolling a lot on my phone, and I think I can just be more productive in terms of having more time at the end of the day if I stop scrolling throughout the day. So that's one of my goals. I really have a goal of finishing everything by 6 p.m. This is something that I would really love to do, especially in the summer. But I think for that to happen, I do need to think about possibly hiring someone. This is something that I've always wanted to do but been very nervous to do, whether that be for my podcast or position for someone to help me with shooting content and keeping me organized, and also just doing small things or just more easy things to delegate. So that's something I'm thinking about, and I just want to be praying about that specifically the next month. And lastly is just to stop overbooking myself and to say yes to less things. I don't need to be saying yes to everything that I'm saying yes to. I don't know why I always feel like I need to, but yeah, I just kind of want my time back. I kind of want the time to be more present and to have the ability to think more freely, to come up with better ideas, and to be really wholeheartedly into what I'm creating on here. So those are some of my work goals this month. There's a few things I want to focus on for finances. There are a couple things I want to do before actually talking about goals, and one is actually paying quarter two taxes, because those are due, I believe, on June 15th, and it's the end of May. The first thing is just generosity. I've been feeling like, practically speaking, I want to come up with some way to be more generous beyond what we currently do in terms of finances. Tithing is something that we currently do, which is just tithing to a church, giving monthly for that. It's been something that I've always believed in. I really think it's been good for me as a person, and just holding less tightly onto money. Tithing has been huge for that, and obviously being generous is just a great thing. But I want to think of a way to be generous in a different way. So we're moving in June, which is really exciting. And I think every time I move to a new place, I feel this pressure just to buy new things for our apartment, to switch things up, to buy all this new stuff. But I really want to try to prioritize thinking about our future house, because in a year, we do really plan on buying a house. Is something that I know I've been saying for so long, but as prices hopefully come down over the next year, no one really knows, but that's kind of the hope. I definitely want to think more about saving for furniture for our house, and just buy things that I see us keeping forever instead of buying things for an apartment that we're not really sure about. And then when it comes to health, I've been loving all my health goals lately because I've been in such a health mind lately. The first thing, this is something I've been doing a lot lately, is increasing my speed when I'm running. So I try to run a couple of days a week. Basically, anytime we're not doing F45, I will go for a run, or on the days when we're doing strength related things, I will try to run in the morning if I want to. I never force myself to do 2 workouts, but if I'm feeling it, which I have lately, I'll do that. But something really exciting. So I've always been quite slow, or not, I don't know, everyone runs at different speeds, but for me, I usually just run at 6 miles per hour. It's like a good kind of quicker jog, but it's not quite running. And for the first time ever, I ran a mile at 7 miles per hour, which is not that fast, I'm well aware, but for me, I think I did my 3 miles that I typically run in about 28 minutes, which is good for me. I'm not really fast like I mentioned, and so that was really exciting for me. So I want to keep just trying to maintain that, maybe increase if I feel like it. I want to keep going to F45. That's been such a blessing getting to go to our workout. I totally don't regret doing the full-time membership because we've been spending so much time there. It's been great for us, me and Aiden. And lastly, this was on last month's, but I've been trying to really stretch after my workouts, and I've definitely been doing this about like 5 minutes after I work out. I just try to stretch, especially my lower back. So that's an area that can sometimes get sore, but that is another goal too. For personal goals, we have moved to the couch because Cash is really cute and I just want to read them over here. The first one is to continue reading before bed. I have been doing this for the past couple of weeks and I may have not gotten through any of my books because they put me to sleep, but I have been sleeping so much better over the past couple of weeks and just not using this before bed. There is obviously so much that can just steal our peace, and I think especially before bed, you really have to protect that time. That's something that I haven't been doing super well, so I want to keep reading before bed. I'm reading a couple of books right now. I have one from Colleen Hoover. I think it's Reminders of Him. That's my second one I'm going to read. And then I'm reading like a beach read book. I forgot the name of that one too, but those are what I'm reading. I'm trying to get back into reading. The second thing is to focus on making our new place a home. I'm also really sad at the same time because I really genuinely love our home right now. You guys know we spend so much time, you and me, together in this place. It's my happy place. I love it here so much. And if I think about it, I'm gonna start crying because I've always been such a homebody, and no matter how much we travel or the places that we go to, having a space to be able to call home and just getting to make memories here has been, that was Cash's paw, is so important to me. And I just feel a lot of sense of security and stability with having a home that's just joyous and a place to really enjoy. And I really feel like this place is it. Stay tuned for that. I'll have some moving vlogs, empty apartment tour. And lastly, the last thing is I've been listening to this podcast. I talked about this on my podcast. It's called All In Podcast, and they talk a lot about economic things. It's a bunch of very smart people who are investors, and they talk a lot about startups too. But that podcast has been really good. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a very popular podcast, but I want to keep listening to it because it's been helping me kind of be more in the know with what's going on, specifically with the economy. I think it's been good. I'll have that link down below if you guys want to check it out. And just like that, that is everything for this month. I know it was a little bit shorter than my other ones, or just kind of less goal oriented, because you know, life is about recalibrating and life is about figuring out the balance that you have in your life. And I'm just not in a place in my life right now where I want to put all of these crazy goals on myself because I'm kind of losing it. I'm losing it and I can feel it. We'll also have a really fun beach trip this month that I'm really excited for, so that'll be a great time. But yeah, I hope this inspired you to, one, just kind of pause and reflect if you're going in the direction that you want to go in for your life, or motivated you for a new month, helped you get organized for a new month. That's always the goal. I'll have Carter linked down below too if you guys want to watch her. I love her monthly resets especially too. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Can you look? Bye friends. Oh, thank you.